If this deal closes, every lab and chip rival that publishes open weights will be hosting them on infrastructure owned by the hardware vendor that sells the silicon to run them. This shifts the open-source AI ecosystem from a neutral commons to a vertically integrated stack. Meta, Google, and thousands of research groups would be publishing to a hub controlled by a single hardware supplier. The information reports a $12.9 billion price against $150 million in revenue, an 86x multiple. However, Business Insider reports talks could still atomize. These conflicting reports mean the entire acquisition narrative currently rests on a single anonymous source. The outlets differ on the price by at least $100 million. Furthermore, the massive revenue growth used to justify that 86x multiple comes from the same unverified publication. Subscribe for more infrastructure analysis. It is notable that July's production infrastructure breach did not stop Hugging Face's valuation from nearly tripling in these reports. CEO Clement DeLange even credited an Nvidia modified model for defending the company during that cyber attack. Despite these staggering figures, the acquisition remains an unconfirmed story built on contradictory metrics and anonymous sourcing. This diagram shows the hub's current role as a neutral ground. A hardware vendor as an owner would have a direct commercial interest in which silicon these models run best on, calling into question the neutrality of model cards and hosted benchmarks. For software builders, an acquisition moves your dependencies under the control of a hardware vendor's legal terms. Because these changes happen without your input, pinning revisions and mirroring artifacts is the only defensive engineering move available to protect your production path today. There is a potential upside. Nvidia could absorb unused DGX Cloud capacity and point it at Hugging Face's inference products, creating a route to hosted open model inference priced below what a standalone startup could offer. Since no integration choices have been announced, defensive mirroring and pinning remain the only actionable steps for production environments right now. Confirmation will arrive through a Hart-Scott-Rodino filing and the antitrust review that follows. If the reports are wrong, watch for a widening spread between leaked numbers and eventual silence. Hugging Face has already walked away from Nvidia money once. They previously declined a $500 million investment offer that would have valued the company at $7 billion, stating they did not want a dominant investor swaying their decisions. Mandatory regulatory filings will serve as the final confirmation of this deal's existence and its actual price.